Well, hello everyone. Turns out I did not have my mic muted. Good thing I didn't say or do anything too embarrassing there. I hope you're all having a good time. I'm trying out something new with my microphone and its placement, so do let me know if the audio is somehow horribly bad or horribly good. And hey, this way the microphone won't be blocking my keyboard, so I wouldn't have to be leaning over all the time to see like, what exactly am I pushing here? Now, the plan for today had originally been to do game dev, maybe some art, but yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna jump straight on into V Rising. I can find the button. There we go. There. Pause that one. Well, hello there, Virkuli. You looky, but no suki. Oh no. I thought I moved the chat box here on this chat. Well, how are you doing, Virkuli? Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. I do believe I now have, yes, that is. And hopefully nothing crashes. We good? Yeah, we're good, machine. But yeah, like I said, yeah, because I had originally planned to continue the game dev project, maybe do some art for that one, because the idea is to probably next to backgrounds, but I haven't really figured out how I'm going to make that work. And also, well, to be honest, I've slept a little poorly, and I'm not feeling very creative at the moment. And I thought, like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something where I can just focus on doing, well, things the best I can, and that'll be gaming. Plus, I feel like we're sort of entering the end game of V Rising. I mean, considering we're about to, like, halfway through the next to last chapter. Let's see here, Act 1. How many acts do we have here in total? We'll go scrolling bowling down. Oh yeah, we are in the last act. We're not. Act 4. No, we gotta finish Act 3. Then we're in the very last act of the game. So I kind of want to see how this goes, because I've been making this criticism so far. I should start to be a bit creative. So far I just grinded bosses and my castle looks like a total mess. Well, if you want to feel better, so does mine. Currently. I feel like, because the problem is, the more I build my castle, then I realize, hey, well, you know what? I'm missing something. And I'm pretty sure how to get what I'm missing is to, well, go grind some bosses to unlock some more stuff for the castle. But that's one of those things that is a bit problematic in games like these, where decorative elements and elements of your castle are hidden behind bosses. Indeed. Yeah, because when you have stuff that's trapped behind a boss fight, that makes me not want to build my castle until I've unlocked everything, and until I can make it look really nice. Because otherwise, I'm going to build the castle in like one type of one way, and then later unlock something. And then I realize, well, now I have to reorganize everything. I can't have this room here if I need space for all this other things. Though I'm also realizing that it's relatively easy to use sort of modular design for your castle, and because we can do the teleporting of the castle, and whenever you teleport, you end up rebuilding the entire castle, just putting it all down. So using those sort of chapter changes as a way to like redesign your castle into something a bit nicer again is a good chance here. And there's no experience logic, so you can't advance with killing bosses. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Virkul, I agree. Yeah, because the killing bosses are the bosses are the gatekeepers for everything in this game, and it's annoying. Yeah, because I could technically sort of go into more advanced areas and find a way to get more advanced resources, but I can't do anything with those advanced resources. They're absolutely pointless to me. Oh. Massive resource veins. Major explosive bucklets. I want one of these. Yeah, because... But at the same time, now that I built more stuff in the game, I'm sort of realizing that I have been limiting myself. Maybe a little pointlessly. Valheim, the freedom? Yeah. I mean, technically, doesn't Valheim have the same problem? Because you have to then get in, you still have to kill the bosses so you can get your access to the workbenches and whatnot. So in the defense of this game, it's technically not doing anything, you know, wrong. But it could be doing it better. That's sort of my biggest issue with this game so far. And... oh, another intern. What you got for me? You got hide, cordial wall panel. I think we have these. But I'm not entirely certain. I'll go with the leather. Now what was I doing? I was gonna put the iron and the planks to make some reinforced planks. But I guess it is in the end, because the more I think about that, what we're just talking about, I also realized like, yeah, I think one of the issues is the fact that it's, it just doesn't flow quite as well as in Valheim. Because technically, yeah, Valheim does have things locked behind bosses, but at the same time, its building system is very free, because this is modular, tile-based, so I can only build with the tiles that I have, and I can't really do whatever I want. And it's not as obvious here that I do have 3 dimensions, actually. In Valheim, yeah, you just build in whatever. You can build a tower straight up instead of having like building with rooms on the side. All rooms are on top of each other. Very doable, very obvious. I don't know how tall you can build in this game, but you can at least have a second floor. And in that way, you can always then expand up there. I'm sort of hoping to do that one here, so we'll have our sort of like entrance of foyer. I'll have to make the treasure room extra large, because it will have all of our teleporters. And I kind of feel like having one of those giant staircases in the middle here as well. Or then 2 staircases on the side, so that we have like a main entrance to the upper story, and then we'll have even more rooms and cool things up there. And in most of the games, you grow in some scale, like experience, but not in this game. Everything's about gear level. Yeah, that's true. And I'm not sure that's a bad thing. It feels a little clunky in a little way. Because in the end, Valheim does the same thing again. You can grow in your skills, but they mostly have to do... they're not that important in the end. So that yes, you have a natural progression in your like character-based strength in certain weapon types, but you know, you fight, you die, and you fight and you die, but the skill levels, they sort of even out in the end, you know? Not bad, it's just one pick for a game like... exactly. Yeah, it's just one pick, it's just different. And I'm growing, the more I experience it, the more I'm growing, I'm becoming like more and more okay with this. But I would like there to then be more freedom in how I design my gear, you know? Because if now it's all this, I just pick up stuff that go for shopping from a list, you know? But if I could have different kinds of like raw materials, I could design and create my own kinds of like design my own gear pretty much. Now that would be cool, wouldn't it? What do we do with stone dust? Stone dust is for this with copper. Okay, I gotta start burning through copper. Make whetstones. Oh, teleport's now cool. Yeah. Yeah, I've only built the one, but if we look here in Act 3, the first 2 bosses, Ziva, yellow teleporter, and the other one, Domina, has a red teleporter. So in that way also, then building a massive castle is less problematic, because it's easier to just then make sure that to all the rooms you usually want to go to quickly, they have a teleporter, and then the rest of the castle can become more aesthetic, more like design focused. Like you're not going to visit your wherever you have your own like, personal tomb that often, so it doesn't have to be that carefully placed. Hey, Bort, what you got for me? Oh man. And Blackthorn. Ooh, that's some good stuff, Blackthorn. I'll get that stuff back in just a sec. One more thing I don't like is the char pin in the map. Oh, you mean this? So that you, because the map is, you mean this part or the, or your dude? I'm not sure I follow it. You can't play Dame Char in other map. Oh, you mean like server-wise? Okay, yes.
So good I can't maneuver. Stay on target. We're too
close. There,
Stay on target.
Lovely seeing you around here as well. Hope you're having a most delightful morning, my friend. Now, if we pop in some stuff and we turn that into leather, pristine stuff, well, that'll happen eventually. There, yeah, that'll turn into leather. Then we can make some thick leather as well. Loom. That stuff. Unimportant right now. We good? I'm doing quite well. A little tired. That's why I also decided today again, like, you know what? We're going back to just gaming. Apparently it's that kind of week. It happens sometimes. Plus, I'm still not entirely certain how I want to design the background for the game, for the Cell game. And that's why I'm also sort of struggling on trying to figure out what would be the best move. Yeah, welcome back from the end. But yeah, you can't play the same character in different maps. I mean, that I understand. That's a choice. I mean, that, if anything, is more interesting in Valheim. That's a very, very cool design choice they made, and it isn't not an obvious one, where, oh shit, okay, that's why I have to watch stuff. Where you can have a character that is separate from the various maps, because if I can make a server that has a map and have a character there, that makes sense. But I guess it's also a design choice, sort of balance-wise. Now, then it's best for the creational break, staying away from it so that the brain works out when paying attention. Absolutely, Uglum, absolutely, yeah. Because I have some ideas, and they're sort of percolating. Okay, what I should start doing is sketching, but I want to do that like on my own time, where I can just focus on just sketching. I'm just keep on getting distracted by things, which is the unfortunate part of the whole ADHD part. Now here I wanted to put in, so we could do sulfur and whetstone here. You know what? Can I get all those three? Yeah, so what? I wonder if I could, the iron in, the sulfur makes sense here, because then we can like pump them back and forth, yeah? Yeah. Here we do iron. Here we can do all with a scourge stone, which includes these, and then we should do copper there as well. Here we can just do glass. Yeah. And yeah. So basically, the fact that you can't use your same character in multiple maps does make sense, because the game is designed for aggressive multiplayer, including PvP. Very much designed for it. And that's why, because if I could have a fully geared, fully kitted out character, and I just jump into someone else's game with that character, I will be very overpowered in that situation. Because Valheim is not designed for PvP. It is for multiplayer, creative, working together. All the PvP stuff that is there has been added, retroactively, in fact. This game's entire single player experience is a little odd at times from my perspective, because it keeps on like trying to make me do, or like suggesting things that I would never do. But I also realized all of that has to do with the fact that it's trying to offer me stuff that would be interesting if I was a PvP player, but I'm not. And that is not like a fault of the game. But like I said before, its new player experience does leave a little, is a touch lacking. Because some of the information you're given is given at, well, an odd sort of time. Sometimes, you know, I've already unlocked something, and then much later it tells me how to use it, and I'm like, well, I've already been doing this, or it keeps on reminding me how to do things, so it hasn't been paying attention to what I'm doing. Or then there's the instances where it's annoying because, like, the horse annoyed me because it told me, hey, here's all your horse perks, and here's for your vampire horse. I'm like, I don't know what this means. How do I turn my horse into a vampire? And it was not clear if I looked through the bloodline menu, like, or anything here about vampire horses, and there wasn't, because it was actually in the Castle Heart upgrades. In my opinion, if you don't have access to a mechanic, the player should not be aware of the mechanic. So the vampire horses and all that should not have been mentioned at all. There should have been a blank spot in the UI for the horse. You know, right here. And when we unlock vampire horses, then that part of the UI should be populated. Wait, how do I... Oh, wrong button. You see, because vampire horse perks and all this stuff, I'm like, okay, cool. But... okay, and now it's next a slot for this, so I can't... How do I heal my horse now? Can I heal this horse anymore? I feel like I probably can't. But this horse otherwise maxed out. Are vampire horses single use? Normal horses can heal. Maybe vampires can't. Could be. Here we have... You shouldn't be there. Money should be here. I do believe this is my fish chest. It could have been possible to go around otherwise as well. Char could join only PvE service, PvP service forces new Char. I mean, it could, but that is like a deep structural choice that had to be made relatively early in development of this, I'm pretty sure. And they chose for this to be more PvP focused that also enables single player PvE. Because it very much feels like a PvP game. Competitive. And it looks like it could work as that, could be interesting. That's why there are so many structures that allow me to like spawn in enemies inside my own base in order to get resources, because that is actually a very clever mechanic for allowing me to deal with campers who camp at certain resources. Like, oh no, I can't get to all these minerals, what do I do? Well, good thing is you can just summon in these enemy things and you can use them as substitute. Now, if I look here, I want to put this one and this one away. I think we could grind up 2,000 bones. And that one. Yeah. And now I want to try the game again after 2.5 years, and I had to start from zero. Was a bit dull. That is a very good point, actually, Verko. That's a very good point. I often end up starting from zero anyway if I haven't played for a long while, because, well, I use the sort of like ramp up to where I were as a refresher. But that's just how I do, because I'm very bad at retaining memory in my head. That's why I have notes everywhere, because I can't remember anything. It's just not how my brain is built. I need external memory management. But I definitely get what you're saying there, though. Let's see. Yeah. We can actually put the rats in here. There. Now let's see. What did we get from Claiborne? We got nice. Decent set of shards, greater blood essence. That's actually a nice, decent haul. Do we have any happy gems? Nope. Nothing here that we can work on. Nothing here I want to work on. I've not been so much to the PC lately. A lot of stuff happening. Yeah, makes sense. I was playing Arcane for 1.5 hours last night. Sweet son. I knew how to make the auto stone crusher. Simple functions, but nice. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, with especially automated stuff. In the end, for it to work the best. Now, this is my design philosophy. It's usually about simple things working together to create a or potentially more complex interactions rather than having some monolithic control structure that manages everything. But that's just how I like to do things. Also because, like I've said, I don't have infinite brain space. It's easier for me to manage things if they are all in easily manageable, controllable chunks. Okay, so grab those. This guy's still making glass. This guy is made all the iron he could. This one is pumping out radium. Fantastic. This one, sure, you can have the glass. Yeah, the rest of this goes back in storage, I believe. Now we ponder about it. Maybe Valheim flows better since it has just a limited amount of bosses which unlock stuff. V has dozens. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's a good point. Because this thing, it does the same thing too many times. Yeah, Valheim has, every biome has so much content and then one boss. In this one, every biome has so many bosses and every boss unlocks a little bit of content, a small amount, you know? So that, my friend, is a very good point you made there. Ah, the oil. It was going to the other place. Ooh, I had a lot of scrolls. Then again, I should probably see if I can get my hands on the thing. The stuff. The library flooring, that's what. Now. I have 87 copper there. You grab those. There we go. So we are constantly pump into limitations. Yes, that is very much how it feels. I would agree with that one. That is a accurate analogy of the situation. Oh, the spammer's back on the Discord? Oh. Yeah, I'll deal with it. Right, I'll organize some of this. Now, because I noticed what they were doing and I realized what it was, but I thought like, well, I still want to give a warning before I just blankly kick out, because maybe it's just someone who's, no, a little silly, a little stupid, a little making some mistakes. But that is looking a lot like, nah, they know what they're doing. We can make copper ingots. Now we make whetstone. Then wait, what am I? Oh, right. So if I do that, I do this. Then I do that.
My blood reserves
3 and 3. Didn't even listen a little? Ah. I even created a new channel for like promote yourself, so that if people want to spam, you can spam there, and then I can also say like, hey yo, calm down. Art sharing was meant for, yeah, if you did know, like there was a you know, painting, photography, whatever, something you made. Oh, I could probably just, I realized I can plop these things here. That'll keep going. Where calls catch it. Well, thanks for hanging out, Virkuli. I appreciate it. And I'll be here for, well, quite a few hours still. So maybe I'll see you around. Have a nice day, my friend. Oh, yeah. And let's open up Discord on the side and hope nothing crashes. Right. Right. Taylor. This thing is right next to here, right? Wait, it has items in his inventory? Ring of the Dawn Runner. Why does it have that one? Eh. There we go. Tannery gets the oils. There we go. And what did you have? Worker, 96%. Absolutely fantastic, but not what we need right now. 99% brute. Okay, this one gives us 50% chance of crit. Increased veil cooldown rate. And movement speed. Okay, we can hang on to that one for now. Jewelry. No. That one should be fine. I'm very much tempted to try to use this here summoning ring for something. I don't know what. The other thing is apparently I can summon anything. This one didn't need unlocks, unlike that tomb thing. I could summon this thing 48 seeds of various types. I'm like, okay, cool. Few saplings. I've only found a single type of sapling so far. It's mildly annoying. I'm gonna feed you this thing. Because, yep. Run around here. Dump all these. At least most of these. There we go. Now we have a heck ton of radium alloy as well. Well, maybe we could have a look at some of these seeds. They're all unique. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 8. So I need at least... Hey there, Captain Kabooms, Buckens and Kilferd, and Tukikis Schlanden. Very sorry, I don't speak whatever language that is. Buckens and Kilferd. What is that, German? I'm Finnish. My nationality, original nationality, if you're trying to figure that one out. I see. OBS chat has had a brain fart. Lovely, OBS. I don't know why. Terribly sorry, everyone. I am trying to figure out... So that doesn't do it. How do I fix this? What the f...